Let me know when you can hear it or just give me a thumbs up.
Sunday, the 12th of December, our Broga reflection topic for the day is joyful on purpose, intentionally choosing joy in our lives. I'm going to use a quote from Henry Nouwen for you guys who've been kind of keeping score and, remembering historically, we've actually had Henry Nouwen before, maybe a month or so ago when we talked about interruptions in our lives. So this quote for today is: joy does not simply happen to us. We have to choose joy and keep choosing it every day. All right, so I know this is going to sound like a repeat because we've talked about joy. In fact, I went back and went through the old reflections, and there was maybe I think at least two reflections on joy. So I think it's that important that you're probably going to hear, probably once a quarter at least. And I'll repeat something else, and you guys have heard me say this, that usually the reflections that you guys hear are reflections that I'm going through and in some ways sort of writing for myself, right? But that feels a little bit selfish sometimes, but I have to believe that if it's something that's so important to me that I'm going through it and I'm like, man, I need to really spend some time reflecting on this, it's probably something that's going to resonate with somebody else here, and hopefully you guys get something out of it as well. So if you recall, last week we talked about game, running game, games people play, game theory, whatever you want to call it. And this week, we're going to talk about joy. Now, one of the things that also happens often is that from week to week, the themes will sort of have a progression. And so this is going to be no exception. This week is in many ways going to be a continuation from last week, right? So if we don't see the games that are being played around us and oftentimes on us, if we're not careful, that can actually begin to derail and impact our sense of joy. Our sense of joy can get unnecessarily banged up in the process. Our joy can get worn down. It can get depleted. If we're not careful, we can lose sight of our joy completely. And we can't let that happen, right? And that's where we're going to start today. We have to make a life of joy joy in our lives, ever present. We have to make that a non-negotiable. I'm not bargaining with anybody. I'm not begging anybody for the things that I need in my life to make my life full of joy. It's critical, right? Our sense of joy can literally, I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating. Our sense of joy can literally be the difference between life and death. We have to draw a bright red line when it comes to our joy, and we have to refuse to let the world around us violate the ingredients of our joy, our sense of purpose and calling, our belief in our own goodness and importance, our resolute stand that we don't have to prove not a single doggone thing to anybody. And that's not what I have written here, but I'm cleaning it up a little bit. We don't have to prove a single doggone thing to anybody when it comes to our self-worth. Take your vacations, right? Enjoy your weekends. Sleep in late. I know that's hard, especially for those of us with kids, but sleep in late if you feel like that's what you want to do once in a while. And call a mental health timeout before you need it. To be clear, I'm really talking to myself. I'm admonishing myself for the things that I don't do. But I know I'm not the only one, right? Sometimes we just have to say no. And here's why we need to be so dead serious about protecting and preserving our sense of joy. Not only is our joy a non-negotiable, joy is our winning strategy. That's why the enemies of our success go so hard at our joy. They run the little trickster games that undermine our joy from the time we're too young to even know any better, too young to even recognize the game. Has anybody here ever found themselves in a rut or a slump? You might even feel like you're there. You might even be there right now. But then on the flip side, think of the opposite. Think about the times when you're in the zone. Think about the times when you've got your self-confidence on 100, your swagger, you're having fun with it, you're making it look easy. Have you noticed that the whole world around you even treats you differently, treats you better when you're in your powerful version of yourself? We've talked about this multiple times about the reticular activation system and how our brains are wired to notice more of what we are making a conscious decision to focus on. Our perceptions become our reality, And when we operate from a place of joy, that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And those quote unquote spiritual powers of wickedness in high places, they know exactly how that formula works. But when we feel joy, we radiate joy, and it's contagious. And the more joy we sow, the more joy we'll reap. And that's our third and last point about what joy is in our lives and what it needs to be. Joy is, number one, we said a non-negotiable. Number two, we said joy is our winning strategy. And the third thing is that joy is a ministry, right? When Black folks find out, so most of y'all know I went to seminary. Black folk always, whenever I tell them when they find out I went to seminary, the first thing they say, they give me a little side eye, like, and they say, but can you preach? Right? And I always, answer.
Can you?
See, there it is. I always answer, I think that I can hold my own in a pulpit, but the reality is that my best sermons in life won't be delivered from a pulpit. My best sermons in life will be the communities that I've had a chance to impact, the people in the families that I've had a chance to make a positive impact in their lives. And I think Gandhi put it best. Gandhi said, my life is my sermon. Howard Thurman put it like this, and this is paraphrased. He said, as a preacher, you are not obligated to preach great sermons. You are, however, obligated to wrestle with great ideas. And if you will wrestle with the great ideas, then you will inevitably preach a great sermon every now and then. And I believe that's the way choosing joy is in our lives, right? We may not realize it, but every one of us has a lot of eyes on us. There are people who are watching us and learning from how we show up in the world, how we roll, so to speak. And I agree with Thurman that we must wrestle with the great ideas that confront our lives every day. And at the same time, that is, if my therapist, Bernard, if I don't owe him anything else in life, I owe him for teaching me that phrase. And at the same time, we have the opportunity to model for those around us that we can live out the seriousness of our purpose while doing it, as Maya Angelou taught us, not only to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. And I would add a whole lot of joy. All right, if y'all would stand up, let's get some energy going as we jump into Broga for the day. Follow along with the intention. And, I'll read the intention. I'll then say, this is our intention. You all respond. And so it is our intention. All right, we only have
Hold up,
one.
John. Let me unmute everybody.
Okay.
Actually, you have to unmute yourselves. I think I muted a couple people. All right, I'm sorry about that, bro.
Okay. Y'all ready? All right, I'm seeing most people off mute. All right. Let us be intentional about choosing joy today. Not passive, catch as can joy. When it happens, just so happens to land in our lap. Let's be adamant about choosing joy. Let us kick down the door and snatch our joy if that's what it takes. Let us be intentional about letting anybody and everybody know that the joy that we have, this world didn't give it to us, and this world can't take it away. This is our intention.
And so it is.
Our
intention.
We pray these things and all things in the names of both our ancestors and our unborn grandchildren. Amen. Ashe. Namaste. And so it is. Thank you all.
So it is.
So it is.
I got a hand clap from my audience.
Well, there we go.
So
Hopefully
it is.
And so it is. Hope that hit somebody in the right spot this morning. And we'll jump right on into this breathing technique, and let's get after it.
All right, folks, I'm gonna leave y'all to it.
All right, brother.
Love you. Enjoy your day.
Love you too, brother. Take
Bye.
it easy. All right, looks like it's a small collective this morning. What's up, Richard?
What's going on?
Let's get this. It's like me, you, Sciencey, Lance fell off.
Hold on, filthy.
Oh, maybe I need to adjust my camera a little bit. Standing at the top of your mat. Let's just start to let me move this back just a hair so I can get about. Wait 1 second. All right. Long deep breath into the belly. Long deep breath into the belly. Roll the shoulders back, roll the shoulders forward. My partner over here is trying to hide. Rolling those shoulders back. Maybe even clasp the hands behind you a little bit. Maybe open the chest up, taking the chin to the sky. Clasp the hands behind the back, open the chest. See if you can put the same amount of weight in both feet and just relax for a minute. And rolling those shoulders forward, shaking it out. Right ear to right shoulder. Start to slow the breath down a little bit. Breathing into the belly. Maybe turn the tailbone under a little bit, flatten the belly, roll the shoulders back, take ear to left shoulder. And maybe trace the collarbones with the chin. Taking longer, deeper breaths. And let's start with some very simple sun salutations. Feet equal distance from the hips apart. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan. Touching down, inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk it slowly out to plank. Take a breath in plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower to the mat. Hands next to chest, tops of feet touch the ground. And maybe put the elbows right next to the chest as you press up. Sphinx pose. Maybe relax the butt for a second. Move it around, just make sure everything is good. Lower back. Exhale as you lower the chin to the mat, hands next to the pec. Turn the toes under and push back onto the knees. And we'll walk this out into our first down dog. Get there however you like. Find your spot. Spread your fingertips wide. Really extend the arms. Fingertips wide on the mat, maybe even gripping the mat. Spread the toes. And let's find just a moment of stillness. Maybe even begin to start thinking about your intention for the next 30 minutes or so. Closing the back of the throat, listen to the sound of the voice, and the sound of the breath in the back of the throat. And maybe we can roll it out to plank. Slowly articulate the spine, just one vertebrae at a time, rolling out plank. And let's lower all the way back to the mat. Elbows next to the chest. And pressing right through the elbows, chin up. Long, deep breath. Exhale, chin to the floor as you press the hands next to the chest. Try to turn the elbows in a bit. Toes turn down. Let's see if we can just press right through plank. If you need to, go right through to your knees. And down dog. Inhale up on the toes, bend your knees, and slowly make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan dive up. Exhale, hands prayer position. Inhale, swan dive, reaching up. Exhale, swan. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, and walk it out to plank, trying to use a different foot this time. Try to remember which one you use first. Back in plank, take a long, deep breath. Inhale. And exhale, lower. Elbows right next to the rib cage as you lower to the mat. Bhujangasana pose. Fingertips right outside. Pressing. Inhale up. And exhale, lower to the mat. We're going to take that one more time. Inhale up. And exhale. Press the hands right next to the chest. Turn the toes under. Try to pull those shoulder blades together. Elbows back. Think of a grasshopper and press right through to plank. And down dog. Walk it out, find some stillness. Inhale up on the toes, really feel that stretch. And bend the knees and gently make your way to the top of the mat. Maybe you can take one long step. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan dive to stand. Exhale, hands prayer position. And take a moment to think about your intention. That's your intention. And while you're thinking about your intention, let's play with our balance for just a moment. Really grip the mat with the right foot. Maybe taking the left knee off the earth. Pressing down through the heel and the middle of the foot that's on the floor, and just so you can stabilize yourself for a little bit of stillness. And maybe extend that leg just for a second. And set it down. Press that left foot into the earth. Grip the mat, just the toes, and lifting the right knee into there. And maybe extend that leg for just a second. And lower that foot. Excellent work. I'm going to do 8 sun salutations. Inhale the arms up. With number 1, exhale, swan. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk it out to plank, and as you let the air go, lower gently halfway and press the upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Raise up on those toes, bend the knees. Make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan dive up. Exhale, hands prayer position. Inhale, reaching up. Number 2, swan dive. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk it out the plank, and as you're letting the air go, lower gently halfway and press the Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, down dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. Inhale up on the toes, bend your knees. Stepping forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, swan dive up. Exhale. Moving through number 3. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, swan. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk it out the plank and let the air go as you lower. And press the upward dog again. Exhale, down dog. Inhale up on the tiptoes. Bend the knees. Make it to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan dive. Exhale, hands prayer position. Inhale, reaching to the top. Exhale, fold. Finishing up number 4. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk it out the plank and lower gently. Press the upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale up on the tiptoes. Bend the knees. Step to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan dive up. Exhale, hands prayer position. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, 3 left. Inhale, flat back. Take it at your pace. Exhale, walking it out. Lower gently as you let the air go and press back to Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Savasana. Inhale up on the tiptoes. Bend the knees. Bring to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan dive up. Exhale. 2 left. Inhale up. Exhale, swan. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk it out the plank and lower gently. Press the upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale up on the toes and spring to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Swan dive up. Exhale, hands prayer position. Last one on you, reaching up. Excellent work. Reaching the arms straight up. Right hand grabs left wrist. Pull, 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 and just kind of pull over to the right. See if you can press that opposite foot into the mat, keep it stable. Again, turn the tailbone under and try your best to stay long and flat to the waist. Turn the tailbone under, pressing yourself between the pages of a book. Maybe extend the bend just a little further. Be careful with this now. And inhale, reaching up. Drop those arms, let it go. Inhale the arms up. Left hand grabs right wrist. Really extend through the fingertips, extend through the foot. Turn that tailbone under again, pressing yourself between the pages of a book and see if you can go in a little deeper. And exhale as you reach up and let it go. Pull your shoulders back. All right. Salé, reaching the arms up. Exhale, swan. Touching down, inhale, flat back. Exhale out to plank, lowering gently, elbows right next to the rib cage and pressing. Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Maybe touching the toes together, both feet touching in the center of the mat, ankle bones touching, possibly walk the hands in a little closer, and then completely lift the right heel as high as you're comfortable, and then start to open that knee toward the ceiling. Using your breath the entire time. Inhale. Exhale, twisting open a little further. Inhale. Exhale, maybe roll that ankle out. A couple more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Now, extend that foot to the ceiling. Neutralize those hips and slowly bring that knee through. Maybe kiss the knee. And plant the foot right next to the thumb. 45-degree angle with the left foot. Warrior one. Maybe walk those toes up the mat a little further so you can get a little deeper bend in that knee. Notice if your arms are starting to sag, engage them again. Engage the arms and a little more bend in the knee maybe. Straightening that back leg. And let's open the warrior two. Left foot parallel with the back of the mat. Maybe take a risk and put a little more bend in that right knee. And let's reverse warrior. Reaching the right hand up toward the ceiling. Maybe get length first. Reaching it up, and then bending it back. Back to warrior two. I know that leg's starting to burn now. A couple more seconds. And let's straighten that leg. Maybe walk the left heel toe in a bit as we prepare for Trikonasana right side. Triangle on the right side, reaching forward. Tipping over like a teapot. Reaching the left hand up toward the ceiling. See if maybe if you take a little bend out of that right knee to protect it a bit, and making sure that you got a nice firm structure. Left leg is straight, entire left foot gripping the mat, big toe all the way back to the heel, then maybe return just a little bit more straightness to that right leg. Reaching that left arm up, opening up the side body, take a few more breaths. Now we're gonna move right from this into Pavrita Trikonasana, a little twisted triangle. So maybe exhale, touching down with the left hand right inside the right foot and starting to twist open. This works really well if you need a block. And first of all, get the hips right. Take that right hip, hook it in a little bit. Walk those fingertips right under the shoulder. And then reaching up with that right elbow. Twisting. Looking up toward the ceiling if you have your balance. Probably easier to look at the floor. Checking in with that back leg. Managing to keep it straight. Couple more breaths. See if you can extend that right arm to the ceiling a little bit more. And exhale, planting the right hand, framing the right foot. So right now, still holding your triangle legs, hands touching the earth. See if you can just really make that cat back. And then exhale, knee, relax, chin closer to the foot. You may need blocks for this. And slowly start to turn the left toes down. Maybe walking heel toe right foot out to the right side of the mat, dropping into your runner's lunge. Subtle micro movements. And just see if you can get the back leg as straight as possible. Taking some breath. And pressing into those hands, you're gonna arch that back again like that cat back and lift the right foot off the mat. Take it to the back of the mat, even keep it elevated maybe. Very intentional, and lower halfway. Coming through Chaturanga Dandasana, press to upward dog. And down dog. Lower those heels. Inhale up on the tiptoes. Bend the knees. Make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan dive up. Exhale, hands prayer position. Inhale, reaching up, left side now. Exhale, swan. Inhale, flat back. Make your way to plank. And lower gently, elbows close to the rib cage. As you press the upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Walking those feet close together, toes touching, ankle bones touching. Maybe walk the hands in a little bit, get yourself some elevation. Lift the left foot to where you're comfortable. Little down dog split. And opening that hip. Really rotate the hip. Try to see if you can rotate the hip, focus in that area, and then the waist. Just get that knee to really head due north. Rotate the hip. Maybe rotate the ankle a bit. Maybe you can look under the right arm and find that foot. Couple more breaths. Now neutralize those hips. Sticking the foot as high as you can into the air as you start to now slowly bend the knee, pull it through, maybe kiss the knee. Plant the left foot next to the left thumb. 45-degree angle with the right foot. Maybe heel toe the left foot out a bit toward the edge of the mat, get a little space. Preparing for warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1, and reaching those arms up. Back leg straight. Sink in a little deeper. Notice if those arms are starting to sag and reach them up. Straighten that back leg. Sink in a little deeper with that right knee. One trick to getting some pretty good form is now the legs are straight, right leg is straight, bending the left knee. Start trying to maybe pull the mat together in the center using the heels to really dig into the groin a little bit. And let's open the warrior two. Structure. Right foot parallel back of the mat. Turn tailbone under. Extend the arms. Diane enjoys grabbing her hands behind the back, opening up a bit, opening up the chest, and then extending. And staring over the left fingertips. And let's sweep the left hand over. Reaching up to the sky. Reach as we reverse warrior. When you get your length, maybe taking it, bending back a little bit. Maybe a little more bend in that left knee. Don't be afraid of it. Won't be here much longer. Pressing through the heel and the middle of that left foot. And push it back into warrior two. Excellent work. Take a breath. And straightening that left leg. Walk the right foot in, heel toe, just a touch. Inhale, exhale. Really extend those arms. Now reaching with that left hand. And let's tip right over into Trikonasana, left side. Touching down with the left hand. You could use a block. Feels better to you. But try to see if you can drop that left arm due south. Right fingertips due north. Hands outstretched in a T like we were in Warrior 2. So same Virabhadrasana 2 arms. Just leaned over in triangle posture. Reaching the right fingertips up, take some breath. Maybe you're looking up toward the fingertips. Maybe you're staring at your toes. A couple more seconds here, enjoy it. You can start to really turn inward, zone in, going back to what your purpose was for. What is your intention today with this? Preparing for the new year, rebirth, chance to reconsider some practices and habits, and are there things you'd like to change? Are there things you'd like to lean into more? Reaching that left hand up one last time. And I want you to exhale as we prepare for Pavrita Trikonasana, twisted triangle. Placing the left hand right inside that right foot. Again, notice if you can drop that shoulder, that wrist due south, setting up a good posture, and start to twist first. Plant that hip back inside real deep. Left hip goes in, and we reach up with the right hand. I'm sorry, with the left hand. Sonia doesn't like that feeling on her shoulder, so she's wrapping her hand behind her back, which is also a decent option, because you can really use that leverage to open up that chest and open up that shoulder if you can get that hand right outside that right hip. Notice Sonia's got the block down, giving herself a little distance from the floor. Continuing to twist. Sink that left hand in a little deeper. Left fingertips reach toward the ceiling. And notice if you need to put a little bend in that left knee to get a better structure for the twist. Long deep breath into the belly. Excellent work, excellent work. A couple more breaths, see if you can find stillness. Last couple of breaths. See if you can bring some calm into the breath. And exhale, plant the hand right outside the left foot, framing that left foot, keeping that triangle posture on the legs, still tucking that left hip in. Long deep breath into the belly, maybe arch the back a little bit. Taking some breath and then maybe relaxing as you take the chin closer to the toe, straightening that back. And in with that hip, making sure that hip pulls back in its socket. Preparing for runner's lunge, turning those right toes down. Bending that left knee. Maybe you walk the left foot out just a little bit to the left side of the mat, sinking in. Probably have about 5 more minutes here before Tracy logs in and gives us a nice little meditation. Sinking in, straightening that back leg. Now pressing into the hands, arching that back, using the core to lift that left foot off the mat. Maybe keep it elevated when it reaches to the back of the mat. Elbows close to the rib cage and moving through Chaturanga Dandasana. Press the Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, down dog. Adho Mukha Savasana, and see if we can achieve a little stillness here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Excellent work. Lowering the volume a bit. Deep breath into the belly. Preparing to slow it all down. Bending the arms, then the fingertips. Maybe sink in just a little deeper. Looking up toward the navel. Now, rolling forward, articulate each vertebrae as a spine till you find yourself into plank. Tiny bit of core work, right knee, right elbow. Take a breath. Taking it back. Grip the mat with the fingertips. Really grip and take the left knee, left elbow. Excellent work. Taking that foot back to the back of the mat. Press back to down dog. Down dog will start to feel like a little bit of a break in a second. Enjoy it. Rolling, articulating the spine as you find your way back into plank. Right knee touches right elbow. Taking a breath there and then taking that right knee to left elbow. Take it back to right elbow and back of the mat. All right, left knee, left elbow. Left knee, right elbow. Left knee, left elbow. Core is heating up and pressing it back. Down dog. Take a break. Extend those arms. Enjoy the feel. Looking up towards your knees or your navel. And maybe lower gently, knees touch the mat. Toes touching, knees moving wide as the mat. Forming a pillow with your arms. Maybe this is where you really start to bring it in. Working to keep it simple today. Sometimes we try to work too many postures into the class and it gets messy. So let's slow it down. Holding the back of the throat, listening to the sound of your breath, that Ujjayi breath, the life breath, the ocean sound.
Let myself go again. Slow dance with my sanity, my visions out of focus. There I go. Let myself go again. Talking in slow motion, got my heart here in my hand.
When you're ready, maybe coming out, moving back into cat-cow. Just pressing into the hands, arch the back. Cat. And relaxing the belly, dropping, turning the hips and tailbone up. Cow. Blowing all the air out. Cat.
Alright, knees up there, and maybe I should go, or maybe not. And he's looking at the water. Alright, here he comes, and he's backing out. He's backing out, and he's ready, and he's gone!
And going back to neutral. Maybe just taking the right knee up, fire hydrant.
Where is he?
Moving it around.
Where is he? I have to go for him!
Moving
And
the
he's
hips around a
alive!
bit.
Whoa, woo.
Maybe
Yes,
reverse
he's
that.
alive. Grab the rope! Good, come this way! Good.
Plant that
Under,
knee.
under.
Same thing, left side when you're ready.
Good job!
On your pace.
Good.
With that left knee, fire hydrant pose, maybe.
And
Just
still
kind of circle
kicking. Good job.
forward
He got his
and
hair a
down.
little bit wet though. Got
Forward
his
and
hair
down.
wet. Good. His hair. He got his hair wet.
And
Good.
then it's your pace, maybe
Yeah,
reverse
man.
it.
Good job. See, he's okay. Good.
And plant that knee. And let's slowly try to twist the hips as we sit back onto our bottom. Taking a quick moment for staff pose. Extend the feet. Activate the ankles. Grab the toes. Peace finger grip the toes. And once you grab them, see if you can extend the crown of the head up. Now, if you need to, you grab the back of your knees, whatever you're grabbing, just even extend the crown of the head up and hinge at the hips to where you're comfortable. Maybe this is it. Nothing wrong with being right here. Feeling that nice stretch across the lower back, pointing the chin toward the toes.
Wouldn't you know? Those brown eyes see a side that nobody knows. Nobody knows but you. I wanna
And rolling out of that, planting the feet on the floor. Working on a little hip opening stretch. Maybe extend the left foot, place the ankle right on top of that knee. Maybe walk that foot in just a little bit. And go to where you're comfortable. As you activate that ankle, maybe press your chest a little closer to your shin. Pressing, 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 pressing. Long, deep breath, and maybe start to extend that left knee, extend that left foot. Set it down for a second. Plant the foot right outside the left knee. Reaching up with that left hand. And let's get a little twist in. Elbow outside of right knee. Twist. Keeping that foot activated. See if you can extend through the crown of the head. Again, keeping it simple as you let the air go, twisting back to the center. Counter stretch, left side. And moving it back to center. Extending the right foot. Take the left ankle right on top of the right knee. Activate both ankles as you start to lean back a bit. Plant the right foot on the mat. And slowly pressing the chest toward the chin. Activate that left ankle to really protect the knee. As you push the chest towards the shin. Long, deep breath into the belly. Take it slow. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more breaths. And exhale, extending the right foot all the way out, planting the left foot right outside the right knee. Again, keep that right ankle activated. Reach up with the right hand. And exhale, twist. Taking your final breaths here. And slowly unwind. Tiny bit of a counter stretch. Extending the left leg. Back into sort of a staff pose. Reaching the crown of the head up. And maybe bend the knees. Bring the feet together in the center of the mat. And open the feet up like the pages of a book as you use your elbows to kind of press those knees down. Again, see if you can extend through the crown of your head and keep the spine straight as you open up the pages of your book. Good morning, Tracy. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Likewise. Good to see you as well. Happy to be back.
Always. The door is always open.
I know that's right.
It's not a one-way door.
Beautiful.
We got a small group here, just me, Richard, and Sonny this morning. A couple other brothers dropped off.
No worries. Good morning, Soror.
Take a couple more breaths here. I don't know where Tracy wants to start from with a brief meditation. She's kind of jumping back in, just reached out and said she wanted to connect, and I'm so happy she did. So I'm going to turn this particular music down in a second, and I'm going to let her take it from here. We've pretty much opened our hips, rounded down. Everything is calm. Everything's easy. And a couple more breaths here, and I'll let you take it.
Love that. So after you come out of Baddha Konasana, go ahead and bring the knees in together if you haven't already. Lean back a little bit, allowing the hands to support you behind your back. Separate the feet just beyond hip distance, and then just windshield wiper the knees left to right, giving your hip flexors a little bit of a massage, maybe feeling a twist into the lower back. There we go, just like that. Left to right. And then when you feel ready, go ahead and ground through your feet, come down onto your forearms, and then just recline onto your back. Take any amount of free movement that feels good for you as we come into a space of stillness, as we come into our Savasana. Check in with your body and see if there's any energy that's left over, that's a little bit resistant to being released, and try to move it out of your body a little bit before you come into your resting pose. As always, staying deeply connected to your breathing. Really use those exhales to release any stagnant breath, making space for new breath. As you all are going to do that, I'm going to pull an affirmation card just to guide our meditation practice. When you're ready, ease your way into Savasana, legs extended, heels apart, toes falling open, or if that's uncomfortable for your lower back, you can stay in rest or constructed rested pose with soles of the feet on the earth, knees falling in to each other. Arms are going to be either down by your side, palms facing up, ready to receive, or palms facing down to ground and center you, bring you into the present moment a little bit deeper, or you can have your hands on your belly. Yogi's choice. It's always yogi's choice. Allow your gaze to soften, allow the eyelids to become heavy, and really give yourself permission to let go of the body, let go of the mind for a bit, and dive fully into your breathing. following the breath cycle from the beginning of the inhale all the way through the completion of the exhale. And if your mind feels a little bit restless, go ahead and count the breath, numbering each inhale and exhale all the way up to 10 and then beginning again. And now let's dive into the deep breath, drawing the air all the way through to the diaphragm, holding it for a moment, and then exhaling fully with intention. Doing that 4 more times, deep belly breathing. Exhaling, gently guiding the air out, noticing the core becoming a little bit stronger, a little bit more active. And with each exhale, I want you to feel the body becoming a little bit heavier. Feeling the heels and the feet fall a little bit, feeling the calves and the thighs unclench, melt down into the earth. Feeling the belly and the back expand on the in-breath and then soften into the earth on the exhale. Sending your awareness into the chest, the shoulders, and into the arms and the fingertips. Breathing life into those spaces as you inhale and letting your body ease into the earth on the exhale. Grounding down, allowing the body to be truly deeply at rest. Allowing the earth to offer you recharging energy for the day, for the year ahead. And then moving your awareness into the muscles of your face, letting go of any expression that you may be holding, allowing the mask to melt into the earth and allowing your true essence to shine. And then starting at the crown of your head, envision a bright white light. And as you inhale, sense that light becoming a little bit brighter. And as you exhale, allow that light to travel down the body, almost like a blanket, blanketing that white, bright energy over the forehead and down the face, over the chest, the shoulders, back down the arms. Moving this light down your body at your own pace until you feel fully covered and fully engulfed in shining bright energy. This white light is a light of protection, a light of new beginning. So as you find yourself here in this little bubble, I want to invite you to draw to mind your self-concept, the thought of you, the first thing that comes to mind when you think about yourself. Allowing those thoughts to evolve and expand. Greeting the positive ideas with the same love, reverence, and respect as you do the negative. Allowing whatever floats to the surface to simply be. If you notice your mind begin to wander, or sensations of discomfort. Send your awareness back to your breath, expanding that white light. When you're ready, take a moment and envision the year ahead of us, and allow yourself to envision who it is and how it is you would like to show up in that new year. What aspects of self would you like to carry with you? What aspects of self are no longer serving? Breathing in to these thoughts, breathing out any discomfort with gratitude, with ease.
All right.
And when you're ready, with the deepest breath of the day, breathe one more moment of life back into the body, into the mind. Exhaling out of the mouth, making space for this new year, for this new version of self. And let's gently reawaken the body, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Becoming aware of how it feels to come back into your body. Keeping the eyelids heavy, keeping the movement gentle. Give yourself a big good morning stretch. Reaching the hands high above your head, the legs. And then ease your way onto the right side into the fetal position. We end each session in the fetal position as it is the first yoga pose we all ever learned, back at the beginning. It symbolizes a fresh start, leaving our mats a little bit differently than when we found them. I want to offer you a moment of stillness, of silence, of gratitude for whatever that fresh start means for you. Gratitude for maybe what it is that you're going to be leaving on the mat. Gratitude for whatever it is that you are bringing with you, a fresh perspective, invigorated energy, a deeper sense of love and self-acceptance. And when you feel ready at your own pace, go ahead and guide yourself up into a seated position, and we'll end today's session with hands at heart center. Today's meditation card, the affirmation is I am passion. This is from my I Am by Catherine Sherwanka deck. I hope that it is my deepest passion to be here with you all. So thank you for allowing me to share this space with you. And it's my deepest hope that as we leave our mats today, you step into the day, into the next minute, and into the new year with deep passion for joy, for whatever it is that you want this year to be, how you want to feel. As always, the light, the divine energy, the God space that lives in me honors, values, acknowledges, and accepts the light, the divine energy, and the God space that lives in each and every one of you. So we end with the namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for allowing me back into the fold, welcoming me back. It is truly, truly a pleasure. Happy to be here.